it's all there. You talk about the toolbox there. What kind of things are in that toolbox then? I mean, you say we're going to use everything in there. There's visual effects, there's the shooting on location. I mean, it's...
Well, I mean, it goes right down to the things that I was just amazed at yesterday when I was walking around and seeing what you guys are doing. You know, it's using model makers. It's using real droids. It's taking advantage of the artwork that gets done that you can actually touch and feel. We want to do that in combination with CG effects. We feel that that's what will make it feel right. Stephen and I have kind of been at the forefront of watching JJ's amazing career in television and film. And when this opportunity came about, George and I started talking about what we thought was actually a very short list of people that we were considering to come in and launch episode 7. And JJ was at the top of that list. JJ embodies, I think, many of the qualities and a very similar personality to both George and Stephen. He has a sense of aspiration in what he does. His films tend to be hopeful. They're fun and exciting. He understands how to use effects. He's a great storyteller. He's a writer as well as a director. So I think he's going to do an amazing job. And the group of writers that we've assembled with Michael Arndt and Larry Kasdan and Simon Kinberg, we couldn't have a better team in service of this movie. Really exciting.
Of course, you know, storytelling is hugely important to you as a producer. We see in the films that you've made in the past, and I know it is to George as well, because you know, the heart of Star Wars is the story. It's not about the effects, is it? And that's, I think, why you'll be so important to this project as well.
So that is what I'm really excited about. I think we have an opportunity to create some amazing new characters. And the story and the characters are all we're talking about right now. We know that we have an amazing team inside of ILM that can create fantastic effects. But if we don't have great story and we don't have great characters, then the effects mean nothing.
Can I just ask you one thing? We've all sat here and we've enjoyed listening to you, and you've hinted at things for episode 7, but isn't there something that you could give us about episode 7? It's just, we won't tell anyone. Guys, you've got to promise me that we won't go further in this room with it, okay? We'll keep it between ourselves, okay? Just tell us one little piece of information that we can go away with delighted.
Well, I can tell you, I had breakfast with somebody very important to the Star Wars family on Friday. And he has committed to being involved in the next 3 films. And that is Mr. John Williams. At Celebration, he said, well, let me say something. So here's Johnny.
The galaxy far, far away, I actually feel like I'm still in it. I've never really left it, you know. Having worked on all of the 6 films, I'm just happy to be continuing to be part of the whole fun of doing it. Of course, I haven't seen the script, but the story is still unknown to me, the new story. But I can't imagine that there will not be some references to the existing stories that we know that would necessitate and make appropriate the use of some of the earlier themes, which actually for me has been part of the fun of doing film after film, because in each case I've been able to use the earlier material and develop new material that will coexist with it and hopefully feel like a part of the fabric of the film. Since I don't know the story, I have to tell you and confess to you that I would always prefer not to read scripts and even not to hear stories and look at cue cards and so on, and wait for the moment of discovery with the audience of the film itself So I'm as surprised as they are and I know where to put the surprise button, you know, having not been prepared by a script. And of course, during the first film, and I think our colleagues working in the film had no idea that there was going to be a second film, let alone the third or fourth. So I'm waiting anxiously, like the audience around the world, to find out what the surprises are and discover what my continuing role is going to be. I had dinner with Kathleen and J.J. Abrams, and they are two people that I think are perfectly chosen to continue George Lucas's great odyssey. They're both young, they're both extremely gifted, have tremendous energy, and even in the case of J.J., who for me is very young, is also very experienced. He's had some great success with large-scale projects, which are very difficult logistically and mechanically to photographically, all of it. And even though he's a very young man, he brings with him a lot of expertise, a lot of great background. So I think the combination of their youth and their experience and their energy and gifts, I couldn't, if I'd been asked, I wasn't, but if I'd been asked by the various boards of directors, find me two people to take this project on to the next step, I would certainly have voted for them. We couldn't find better candidates for this opportunity. Well, my message to the fans in Germany is that I am delighted about their interest and enthusiasm for these films. It matches my own in a way, and I am always thrilled when I have knowledge of people performing some of the music from Star Wars. I know it's been performed in Germany. I hope I can contribute something in the new films that will be worthy of your continued attention. I think it's great to be excited along with you about this continuation of George Lucas's great odyssey.
It's funny, every time I hear John's music, it just gives me the chills, you know, it's like, it's so